Chapter 29. Death of two Grand Dukes. Nangong Kuo left with all speed for Caozhou. When he got there, he took up lodgings in an official hostel, and went to see Black Tiger Cheng Heihu the following morning. Cheng Heihu was in his office when a guard came in. He immediately went out to meet Nangong Kuo. "What news do you have, General?" he asked Nangong Kuo. "By order of Prince Wen and Prime Minister Jiang Ziya, I'm here to pay respects to your lordship and bring you a letter." Cheng Heihu took the letter and began to read. "Dear Cheng Heihu, a minister should serve his king with loyalty, offering him advice so that the people and the state may rest in peace and prosperity. He should not pander to the wickedness of the king, be the cause of suffering to the people, or enrich himself in the name of the king. Yet this is exactly what your brother Cheng Heihu has been doing. Due to the crimes he has committed, he is regarded as a fierce tiger and hated by the people and gods. He is forsaken by the nobles of the whole country. Though my master, the West Grand Duke, is empowered to start a punitive expedition, we are greatly concerned that despite your virtue, you would be involved in this calamity. We have given the matter much consideration and have sent General Nangong Kuo with a letter, in the hope that you will act righteously, seize Cheng Heihu, and bring him to the Zhou camp as all desire. You may, in this way, distinguish yourself from the wicked. Otherwise, people will condemn you as they do your brother, without distinguishing the jade from the stone. What a pity that would be! I earnestly hope that you will consider this matter and reply to us at your earliest convenience. Jiang Shen, Prime Minister." Cheng Heihu read the letter over and over again, then nodded to himself. "What Jiang Ziya says is certainly correct. I would rather offend my ancestors than the people and be condemned for generations to come. Even a filial son would find it impossible to cover up for my brother. If I turn him in and apologize to my parents after my death, I'll be able to save my own family and save the Cheng clan from complete destruction." He reasoned thus with himself, nodding and muttering. General Nangong dared not utter a word. But then Cheng Heihu turned to him. "I'll be glad to comply with the Prime Minister. There's no need for me to write a reply. Please go back and offer my respects to your Prince and Prime Minister, and tell them that I'll seize my brother and place him at their disposal." He then entertained Nangong Kuo and saw him off the next day. Black Tiger Cheng Heihu ordered Gao Ding and Shen Gang to choose 3,000 flying tiger soldiers to march with him to Cheng City. He told his son Cheng Yingluan to guard the city of Caozhou during his absence and then departed. When Cheng Yingbiao learned of his arrival, he came out to meet his uncle beyond the city gate. "Forgive me, uncle. My armor prevents me from offering you a full salutation," Cheng Yingbiao said, greeting Cheng Heihu with a bow. "Worthy nephew, I heard that Ji Chang was attacking Cheng City and I've come with reinforcements." Cheng Yingbiao ushered him into the city with gratitude. When they were seated in the main hall, Cheng Heihu asked his nephew why Ji Chang had come to attack the city. "I don't know why. I engaged them once but lost generals and men. It's indeed fortunate that you've come with reinforcements, uncle." At dawn the next day, Black Tiger Cheng Heihu took his 3,000 flying tiger soldiers out of the city and challenged the Zhou army. As General Nangong Kuo had already returned, Jiang Ziya understood the situation. He sent Nangong Kuo to meet the challenge. On the battlefield, Nangong Kuo saw Cheng Heihu in a 9-cloud coronet and gold armor over a scarlet robe embroidered with dragons. Cheng Heihu rode on a fiery-eyed monster. His face was as black as the bottom of a cauldron, his eyebrows were yellow, his eyes were golden, and a red beard hung down below his chin. Cheng Heihu galloped up, brandishing 2 short-handled axes. "You've invaded our land without reason. Why are you so savage? You aren't an army of justice at all. Cheng Heihu, don't you know that your brothers committed all manner of crimes? He's framed the loyal and maltreated the good. As the old saying goes, everyone has the right to get rid of rogues." Nangong Kuo yelled back. Without further delay, he lifted his cutlass and slashed at Chung Hehu, who returned the blow with his axes. When they had fought 20 rounds, Chung Hehu said quietly to Nengong, "I'll just fight this one last bout. See you again when I've seized my brother. You may give up ground now as a pretext to end the combat. I'll do as you order." Nengong Kuo made a feint with his cutlass, then pulled his horse round and fled, yelling, "Chung Hehu, I'm no match for you. Don't come after me." Chung Hehu did not chase him, but returned to the city. Chung Yingbiao saw from the watchtower that Nengong Kuo had fled, but his uncle failed to chase him. Hurrying down the tower, he rushed to meet Chung Hehu. "Uncle, why didn't you send your magic eagle to capture him?" "My dear nephew, you're young and don't know that Jiang Ziya is a well-known sorcerer from Mount Kunlun. He would certainly have destroyed my eagle had I used it today. That would be a great pity. We've won, and we can now work out the next step." At Yingbiao's office, the two men dismounted and entered the main hall to discuss stratagems. "You'd better report to the king about what's happened. I'll write to your father, asking him to come back," Chung Hehu suggested. Chung Yingbiao did as his uncle suggested and sent Sun Rong to Zhaoge with the report and the letter. Sun Rong started off at once. After crossing the Yellow River, he passed through Mengjin and rushed directly to Zhaoge. He went to see Chung Hehu first and presented the letter. As he read the letter, Chung Hehu pounded his desk. "You old scoundrel Ji Chang! You insulted His Majesty, and would have died then. But I was generous. I help you out of trouble every time the king wants to send troops to West Qi. How can you be so ungrateful? I won't return here until I've cut off your head," he cried. He dressed in his official robes and went to see King Zhou. "What do you wish to report to me, Duke?" the king asked. Ji Chang's ambitious. Unwilling to live in peace, he sent a so-called punitive expedition to my land, slandering me with abominable insults. I beg that your majesty direct me as how to deal with the case. He showed ingratitude fleeing the capital. Now he has the gall to bully my minister. You may return home first. I'll send men soon and help you seize the treacherous rogue. King Zhou reassured him. Chung Hehu took 3,000 men and hurried straight to Chung City, arriving in just a few days. As soon as he learned of his brother's arrival, Chung Hehu gave secret orders. "Gao Ding, take 20 men and wait in ambush inside the city gate. As soon as you hear the rattling of my sword, seize Chung Hehu and take him to the Zhou army." He then turned to General Shen Gang. "When I leave the city to meet my brother, arrest his family and take them to the Zhou camp." He then set out with Chung Yingbiao. They came to Chung Hehu's camp about 3 li beyond the city. Delighted that his brother and son had come to meet him, Chung Hehu came out at once to see them. "I'm glad to see you here, brother," he said with a smile. Upon entering the city gate with the father and son, Chung Hehu pulled his sword from the scabbard and put it back with a loud rattle. The soldiers immediately rushed out to seize and bind both Chung Hehu and Chung Yingbiao. "Good brother, why do you tie us up?" Chung Hehu cried. "Brother, you're not a virtuous minister. You flatter His Majesty and inflict suffering on the people. You demand huge bribes and put the innocent to death. You're hated by all the kingdom, and the people demand the death of our clan. I'm grateful to Prince Wen. He kindly makes a demarcation between the good and the wicked. I dare not reject his goodwill. I'd rather offend the ancestors than hurt the feelings of the people and see the Chung clan face total destruction. I have no other alternative than to take you to Prince Wen." Chung Hehu replied. Chung Hehu let out a long sigh and remained silent. Father and son were brought to the Zhou army, where Chung Hehu saw his wife and daughter already held there. They wept bitterly. "Who would have imagined that my brother would be so cruel as to send all my family to death?" Chung Hehu cried. At the camp gate, Black Tiger Cheng Heihu dismounted and was invited into Zhou headquarters. Worthy Marquis. Jiang Ziya greeted him. You're most noble to sacrifice private relationships in the interests of public welfare. You're the real hero of this country. Cheng Heihu bowed. I'm grateful for your favor. I've complied with your orders, and my brother's here for your judgment. Prince Wen was surprised to see Cheng Heihu. What brings you here? My brother's committed crimes against heaven. I've seized him and brought him here for trial. Prince Wen was displeased. He's your elder brother. How can you be so ruthless? Jiang Ziya understood what Ji Chang was thinking. Cheng Heihu's ruthless. That Heihu puts aside family ties only shows that he's truly a loyal minister. He put in. People hate Cheng Heihu and demand his death. Even small children gnash their teeth when they hear his name. They may know now that Cheng Heihu is virtuous. The virtuous in a family are now distinguished from the wicked. He then ordered, bring them over. Prince Wen took a seat in the middle with Jiang Ziya on his left and Cheng Heihu on the right. Cheng Heihu and his son were brought in and were forced to kneel down before them. Cheng Heihu, your crimes are too many to speak of. You should be put to death as a punishment from heaven today. What do you have to say for yourself? Jiang Ziya demanded. Prince Wen, however, had not the least intention of putting them to death. But Jiang Ziya was resolute. Guards, take them out and cut their heads off. He ordered.